Hi, everybody, and welcome to Digital Champions. I'm Charlene Shirk, your host, where we get to speak to some of the most innovative thinkers in the digital space. And today we're talking with Glenn Anderson of Viamark Video. Glenn, thank you so much for joining us on Digital Champions today.
Thanks, Charlene. It's a pleasure to be here.
So talk about, the name of your company, Viamark Video. So we're going to talk some video, but tell a little bit specifically about maybe some of the niches where your company is.
Yeah, we are, full service video production company, but we're, obviously our roots are in advertising. We started as a full service ad agency. So, industry wise, we tend to do a lot of healthcare is probably like our biggest category, but we do, retail and a variety of businesses, because a lot of what we do is what I call company profile videos. It's just every business has a story to tell. So it really works for a variety of different industries.
And, from being a former full-service marketing company, you know that people don't care about businesses or products or organizations. They care about the people behind those businesses, organizations, and products. And talk to me a little bit about when you're sitting with a client, how you help prepare them for the kind of video or the kind of story that they need to tell versus maybe what they think that they should be telling.
There's my biggest challenge. Yeah, it's funny. I think one of the best tricks to prepare people is don't tell them the camera's running. Because honestly, I sit and talk to people before we start shooting, and they have these great stories about their business, what they do, why they do it, how they're so passionate about what it is. And then sometimes you tell, that when they hear the word rolling, they freeze up because they're not used to being on camera. And, and it's hard. I'm more comfortable, honestly, being behind the camera than in front of the camera. But I think what I do is I try to just remind them that it's really, they're just talking to me. I don't want them to look into a camera. I really just want them to have a one-on-one conversation with me, and there happens to be cameras in the room. And I think once people get comfortable, and I just get them going with a lot of sometimes just questions that really don't have anything to do with their business, but just get them used to talking. Then I think a lot of times that's where we find the best stuff. And some people, it takes longer than others, but I think at the end of the day, it's just I really just want people to be real.
You make a great point, because as a former journalist, sometimes the very last question I would ask was, is there anything else that you'd like to tell me that I haven't thought to ask? And you wait, and then next thing you know, they tell you this great answer that you're like, well, that's money right there. Thank you for sharing that. Let's talk about when some of the pain points that companies may be having today with understanding that video is the way they need to go. What is the problem? Do they have old videos that just aren't working for them? Do they have no videos at all? What are you seeing when they come to you? What problems are you sitting down and solving for them?
I feel like what it is, but most importantly, is a lot of people will talk to me about their unique selling position. Like, this is what makes our business different. And I think what's missing is that story about them, who they are, why they're passionate about what they do, or why they chose to, be in the profession they're in. And most people don't have that. They have TV ads that are maybe trying to sell their business in 30 seconds or less. And what we try to do is figure out, like, how do you create an online journey? So, yes, like, that may start with a 30-second video on social media that gets somebody interested in what you do. But once they've clicked and now they've gone to your website or a landing page, usually they're willing to invest a little more time into learning about the business, and so on and so on. So sometimes from there, there'll be other videos, we just refer to as the video journey, that will take them down a path. And usually the more time you spend on that website, the more content you're willing to watch. You want to learn more about a specific topic. So the hardest part is obviously just getting started and then figuring out what's that look like. And we try to map that out for them at the beginning.
And is part of that journey also the sales funnel as well from your marketing experience?
Absolutely.
So journey.
Yeah, you want to get them engaged. It's almost like it used to be, before websites, people would walk into a store and they'd want to meet the owner and maybe talk to a salesperson. And now most of that's happening online. So we have to figure out, like, how do you connect with, virtually with a business? And I just think most people, they don't want to go to a website and read pages and pages of content. But they tend to be willing to watch videos. So that's one way to kind of engage them. And absolutely, there has to be a call to action or a next step. So one of the biggest things we notice with, when we add video content to our clients' websites is their online conversions improve. So they get more people to either click or take whatever that next step is that they're looking for in their process.
Well, Glenn, thanks so much for joining us on Digital Champions. You're dead
Absolutely.
on with everything that you've said, and I've seen some of your pieces on your website, and they're beautifully done. So congratulations on that, and thank you so much for sharing today on Digital Champions.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. I appreciate your time.
Oh, it's our pleasure. And if you'd like to see some of these really cool videos that Viamark Video has done, check us out on dailyadbrief.com. You can see Viamark Video and some of our other great interviews that we've done here on Digital Champions. I'm your host, Charlene Chirk. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next time.